Hi everyone, happy Saturday. It's Angela. I'm back with a new video. So thank you so much for being here and for watching. I appreciate all of you so much. We are going to talk about how to see that change in our specific person, romantic partner, your friend, your boss, whoever it is that in your reality you want to see them show up in a different way. We're going to talk about doing that probably one of the most favorite topics and something that people are most interested in. Stick around, you don't want to miss this. Guys, also, we are still giving away that really great course, How to Find Your Blocks to Manifest Anything Fast. Super course. It's had some really great feedback, so check that out in the description box below. Okay, I'm just going to jump into this video, guys. So I want to just start by saying that when we are intending to see a change in someone, when we are intending to see someone show up differently in our reality, we are not manipulating, we are not violating someone's free will, we are never doing anything like that, because everybody is already showing up right now in your experience based on your perceptions, right? It's always happening. It has been happening your entire life. This is how life unfolds. It comes through you based on what you are expecting people to show up, say, do, and how you expect them to interact with you. So it's always happening. And if you are seeing something that you don't like and you're experiencing things that you don't like, it's coming through you based on a perception that you have about self or about the world in general or about particular people in those settings that we interact with in various situations, be it work or family, whatever. But it's all coming through you. And if you're seeing those things that you don't like, it's because you've got unfavorable stories there. You've been thinking things in a way that are not supporting you. All right. And all we're doing when we are choosing to see a better version of someone is we are now just changing that story internally. That's it. You're not manipulating anything. People are going to always show up in your reality based on your internal perceptions. So you're simply shifting from negative stories about self that are not favorable, not supportive of you, into new stories that support you, that make you the priority, that are more favorable and more positive. That's what we're doing. It's not voodoo. It's not wrong. It's always happening. You're just changing from an old negative story to a new positive story. So I want to start with that. A lot of times when I began working with a client and they're wanting to see a change in someone, they have this kind of nagging fear that I'm maybe manipulating, or they feel a little bit reluctant to be completely honest with everything they want to see because they feel like they're violating someone's free will. Not the case ever. Everyone is going to continue to show up always simply based on your perceptions. Okay? So now, if you want to see a change in someone, or have them, show up differently for you, the first thing to do is just look at those things in your 3D experience with that person or persons that you don't like. Okay, identify those things. So if you have a romantic partner that is saying, I don't want to commit, I'm not going to be in a committed relationship, I don't want to be tied down, and you have been thinking about that, or you've been accepting that story, it's just going to keep you in that loop with that person. So identify that, I want a committed relationship. This person is telling me they're never going to commit, they're never going to be tied down, they don't want to get married, whatever it is. You have to change that story about that person. And you simply flip it. You cause it to line up with what you prefer. They are now ready to commit. They are committing. They're ready to get married. They want what I want. And we are on board and on the same page with everything in this relationship. You change your story. Same thing, for a boss or a friend or anything in your reality with someone that you want to see different. You want to see the person show up different. You identify the thing that you don't like, the thing that's not working for you, the thing that is not in agreement with what you're preferring, and you change the story about that person. Okay? You begin to create the story that my person is so ready to be settled down now. They are so ready for this committed, loyal relationship. They want it even more than I do. Change the story about your person. That's the first thing. You identify what you don't like and be honest. When you're looking at what you don't like, be really honest. You can be very specific. You can be as detailed and focused as you want. But identify those things that aren't working, that you want to be different, and change that story about your person. Okay? Whatever person it is, you change the story so that it agrees with what you want. And this is part of the mental diet. So that now whenever you begin to think about that person and you begin to think about the story around whatever this issue is, that you always redirect to now this is what they want. Now this is who they are. Now this is who they're showing up. That's the mental diet. You consistently catch the old story and you turn it and say, no, this is how it's happening. This is what's going down now because I've decided, and this is my reality. Catch the story and continually realign your story about the person with what it is that you want, what you want to see. Now, the second part in this is all about you. Well, it's all about you, really, right? That you're going to decide in whatever relationship you're talking about, how do I want to be treated? How do I want to be seen? How do I want my person to treat me? So, for example, if your specific person lives in another state or another city and you want them to move to your city, to your state, to be close to you, and they've said things like, I'm never going to leave my job. I'm not leaving my home. I want to live close to my family. I'm not moving. You create the story that they're going to move because of me. They're going to come to my town because I am that important. They're going to move close to me because I am that irreplaceable. I am that valuable. I am the person that causes them to reevaluate, this situation. I'm the person that causes them to, give up whatever so that they can be close to me. You begin to decide who you are. You're the person that causes your romantic partner to be their very best self, for them to step up to the plate, for them to make the move, for them to, whatever. You're going to be that person. Who do you want to be? You want to be the person that gets what they want, that is put on the pedestal and causes, someone else to pursue you and to make decisions based on what's important to you, because you are so valuable. You are so important. You are so irreplaceable, right? So you decide who you are, how you want to be treated, and tie that in to the desire, the outcome, the version that you want to see of your person. All right. This doesn't matter if we're talking about someone maybe that is dealing with depression or addictions or different issues. I get this question a lot when I'm making videos about a specific person and how to see a change and how to overcome certain things that seem to be a block in a relationship. You put yourself on the pedestal and say, I am the person that they are ready to get serious with. I am the person that has caused them to want to be their best self and to, overcome this addiction, to, overcome the anxiety or the depression or the mental illness. I'm the one that has motivated someone to make that change. I am that important. I bring out the best in people. I cause people to want to do better, to be better, to step up to the plate. It's me. You build yourself up in who it is that you want to be in relation to that person. And then you tie it into seeing that change with them. I'm the one that brings that out in them. I'm the one that has motivated them, encouraged them. I have caused them to step into this new version of themselves, to be their best selves. You bring it back to you. You decide on who you are and that you are going to bring out that person that treats you the way you want to be treated, that shows up the way you want them to show up, that becomes their very best self. It's all about you anyway, right? It's all about your inner story. So you make you the most important person. It doesn't matter how difficult something might look in the 3D. It's all coming from you. It's all coming from your perception, right? So really, look at how you think of yourself. You might say, well, I see other people that, their partner will move to be close to them. I see other people where maybe their spouse or their significant other, made a choice to get help for an addiction, but no one's going to do that for me. Yes, they are. You just have to believe that and change that story. You have to change that story about how valuable you are and that you are the most amazing, motivating person, and no one wants to lose someone like you. They're going to make those changes. They're going to do those things because you're that valuable, because they want you to be happy, because they never want to lose this relationship, because you mean everything to them. You put yourself on the pedestal and you create that story within and convince yourself that that's who you are. And remember, you don't have to convince that person. As you are creating that story within and becoming it, it's naturally going to push out. Everyone is you pushed out always. And they're going to show up and they're going to reflect it back to you. This is huge. This is like the big chunk of doing this is you changing your perception of self, putting yourself on the pedestal and realizing that it's coming from within you. And when you begin to embody how important, how irreplaceable, how valuable you are, how much your person wants to be with you and how much they cherish the relationship, you begin to embody that and feel that and sense that that is pushing out, and they're going to reflect it back to you. It's going to come back into your reality. Okay, so you change the story about what you're seeing from your person in the 3D, change that story internally about you, who you are, and your value, and then always, always, always remind yourself that it's happening, that the law is always working. It's happening now. Remind yourself that your thoughts are pushing out. Everyone's overhearing these thoughts, right? You are constantly pushing out thoughts. And so you're constantly now going to be putting these thoughts out that your person wants the relationship, that your person wants to move and be close to you, that your person is going to do anything and everything to make this relationship work, to keep you happy, to stay in a happy, healthy relationship with you. You're putting those thoughts out. Remind yourself that your person is overhearing all of this. Okay? Remind yourself when you have maybe a negative thought, you catch it and you flip back to the positive thought. I am now back into this reality, the reality of my choosing. I am on the trajectory that is leading me to that 3D outcome. Remind yourself it's happening. What's going on in this reality as you think these thoughts? Remind yourself that it's constantly happening. You're constantly shifting to the reality that you prefer, that your thoughts are always pushing out. Remind yourself of all of this. Increase your faith, grow your confidence in the process and your belief in yourself, knowing that you can do this, that you can direct it to the outcome that you prefer. Okay. That's my video. 3 really important things that I want you to take away. You've got to change the story about the person. You've got to change the story about you. And you've got to really create the belief that it is happening, that the law is working for you and that you can do it and you can change that story. And it's happening now. Guys, if you want to work with me, I love working with clients and helping them change their stories and create new outcomes. So if you want to sign up for one-on-one coaching, look below in the description box, sign up for coaching, and I will help you get to your desire. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.